Dawson Rider with you.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here, and welcome to my Christmas video, which is going to be the rankings of my top 5 favorite Christmas or holiday Power Rangers specials. And I use the word favorite very loosely. It's really funny rewatching all these for this, just like I did with the Halloween ones. And I realized I really like the Halloween ones better. Like, not a lot of these are enjoyable. And with the Halloween ones, I kind of assumed before I rewatched it correctly that most of the actual episodes would take the top 5 list as opposed to the clip shows. And I thought that was going to happen here too, and it really didn't. Because if we're being honest, not that many of the Power Rangers holiday specials are all that great. At least for me. Like, even the real episodes before the clip show era were just preach-a-thon, like 1990 whatever. So, like, these are the list of the ones I enjoyed the most, but there's only a couple that I actually really liked out of this. But let's go ahead and get started because it's kind of a weird list. So coming in at number 5 is A Season to Remember from Zeo. Now, the only reason this really makes the list is because I've always been fond of the narrative device for this, which was older Tommy telling a story to his grandson, and the little teaser about that him and Kat's son was going to be a ranger, because it's also something that actually ended up happening in the future. I like that that seemed to be inspired by that. I just always liked that framing device and that teaser, and I liked the bit where the communicator goes off and Tommy goes to answer it. Like, the whole episode, though, is like super cheesy and on the nose, but I do appreciate, something I do appreciate actually about the episodes in general from mmpr is that they do involve other holidays besides Christmas, and it's a little bit more, like, with holiday stuff, as opposed to now where it's kind of boiled down to Santa, and like, I actually appreciate that they brought up other holidays, and it's not a bad message certainly for kids about being tolerant of other people's cultures and whatnot, but it's just so on the nose. Like, I think at one point Tommy literally said, "I'll never be intolerant of others' cultures again. There's only 2 things I can't stand. People that are intolerant of others' cultures, and the Dutch." Like, it's just so on the nose. I'm like, dude, subtlety, thy name is not Power Rangers. It's overly cheesy, and I almost had a hard time watching it, but I appreciate that they actually brought in other holidays, and like I said, I like the framing device. After that is Krampus Revenge. The only reason I really like this one is because it's Beastbot centric, and I love the Beastbots. One of the things I actually really like about Beast Morphers. Like, it sucked to see them treated bad at the beginning, but it was a really nice ender where they're like, actually, we're gonna spend the holiday with you. So that was a nice moment, and I just liked seeing focus on them, and I liked the idea of them having to go out there and fight when the Rangers were, you know, incapacitated. It's not like the best Christmas vibey episode, but it's one of the more enjoyable ones, and again, Beastbots. After that is Past, Presents, and Future. I actually do quite like this episode. You know, even though the Ninja Steel is one of my overall least favorite seasons, this is actually one of the strongest Christmas episodes. It's got a really cool, fun premise, kind of like an Avengers Endgame Christmas quest. Like, Sarah's going through time to all these different points to get the Power Stars because they don't have them in the present, which was not only pretty cool, but they also filmed new scenes from different perspectives based on the time travel, which I really appreciated and was surprised by at the time. You know, they very easily could have just showed the clip and then saw, like, Sarah's hand come in and grab it, but they actually filmed new scenes from it, and it's actually a really fun episode to watch, and one of the stronger ones that I don't mind revisiting around Christmas time, despite the fact that I'm not a fan of Ninja Steel. And then after that, for me personally, is Robo Night Before Christmas. I actually think Past, Presents, and Future is objectively a better episode. I just have a soft spot for this one because I really like Robo Night. The premise was a little bit cheesy, but kind of sweet with Robo Night being shipped off. I also found that premise to be hilarious in general. But I don't know, like, when I liked this episode, I liked it. No, but when I watched this episode, I just kind of enjoyed it because I like Robo Night. I think it has a good Christmas vibe, and even though I think some of these on the list, or even other ones that aren't on the list, are objectively better in some ways, in terms of being a little bit more, you know, plot heavy, not plot heavy, but like having a little more plot to them. I just always kind of dug this episode, and I kind of had a soft spot for it. And especially after rewatching all these, you know, I realized I don't like that many of the holiday specials, and this is one of the few that I still kind of like, even though the clips can always be annoying. Then coming in at number 1, just like on my Halloween list, is the holiday special from Hyperforce. You know, I don't like this one as much as the Halloween one. Like, it doesn't stand out as much to me. Like, the Halloween one from Hyperforce really stood out to me because it was one of the ones that sold me on it, and it had more memorable bits. But given, again, that I didn't rewatch the whole Hyperforce special, just to be clear. I skimmed some parts. I didn't rewatch the whole thing for it, just full disclosure. But like I said, given that rewatching these, I realized I didn't enjoy the Christmas specials as much. This is still my favorite because it's still fun to just spend time with the Hyperforce cast, and they got Santa in there, and it's always just a little bit more fun and entertaining than either a clip show or 20 minutes of the Rangers reminding me that they're goody two-shoes and they donate to charity. So I still like this one as my favorite, you know, because it's Hyperforce and I enjoy it. But What is your guys' list? Let me know in the comments as always what your favorite holiday Christmas specials are, and I hope you guys are all having a good holiday. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.